the finals hasn't been fantastic, but I look back to last year and their form going into the finals as well wasn't that crash hot. Then they came out to Tormore Reserve, a ground that Steve Buckle knows very well. He's coached a premiership out on this ground, let's not forget that either, so he does know the wide expanses. Matty Clark, what a seasoned coach he is for the Wantirna South Football Club. He knows the strengths and weaknesses of his team, and he coaches them oh so well, and they deserve their spot in the Division 2 finals this year, Wantirna South. I think this game's going to go right down to the wire. I can't really call it. Really interested to see what Brett Beston has to say down on the boundary line about what the conditions are like down there. The ground looks in great nick. Traditionally, there's always a bit of a breeze happening out here at this ground, but today the conditions look pretty still as well, which is also exciting because we want to see a top game of football. So it'll be Doncaster East kicking to the left of your radio dial, down towards the Baronia Bendigo Bank scoreboard end, or towards Canterbury Road.
Let's just call it scoreboard so we don't confuse people.
So look, it's going to be an epic contest, and Wantirna South got the measure early in the year by a long way. We called the game between these two sides only about 6 or 7 weeks ago, and it was Doncaster East to come home with the chocolates with a late run there in the final term. So anything can happen. It's finals football at its best today. I'm tipping Doncaster East by 2 goals.
I'm going to go with Wantirna South, but it's a very good game. The two 18s go at it. Deans wins the tap down to ground level. Walker couldn't get his kick out. So goes Doncaster East's way. They've got the first chance. Get inside 50. Paddle backwards towards Lucas. Lucas shares it around to Paget, who gets it on to Stephen, who goes out right and wide, just outside 50. The Doncaster East side, they go inside to Shalakis. Couldn't get it on the bounce. And he allows it to keep in front of himself near the boundary line, and he's been wrapped up in the pocket just in front of the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, which with 30 seconds, Doncaster East looking for the first bite at getting the score on the board. Tackles fly in, quick kick out of the pack towards Limback in the goal square, one-on-one. He nearly marked at ground level. He's got some support from the young player in Latu Green, but Wantirna South holding up nicely, and they'll clear to defence through Klingon.
So it'll be Wantirna South getting out of that danger zone. Going in after it was Mill. He was dispossessed, and Andrew Teakle's there as well. He sees it over the boundary line and out.
Boundary boys.
It's crossed down boundary side for the first time this afternoon, thanks to chiropractic betting. Here's Brett Beston.
PWS, I know you're vitally interested in the weather. Beautiful day down here, direct contrast to last week. A little bit of breeze, but it's fairly insignificant, just drifting across the ground, but conditions really couldn't be better.
Chasing after it there, with Shalaka's got the handball away there. Tucked up pretty close here. Here's Batsanis for Doncaster East. He's going to kick it to the hot spot again. Who's going to be the flyer? At the back there was Dogger Limback. Going after it also was Latu Green. Knocked over the boundary line and out.
Quick question. Limback, he's carried injury throughout the year. Is he all good now?
He's played most games. Josh Dawes the man that's down there week to week, but he seems to be pretty fresh at the moment. There, Limback comes out. Mika Stephen overran the football, scooped upon by Agnew. Can he snag one? He can't. He pushes it to the right hand side. First score on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard goes the way of Doncaster East. 2 minutes into this first semi-final, they are one behind. Wantirna South yet to score.
Well, we were here last year when Limback scored his 100th, and it seemed like took forever. It was like a monkey on his back that time. He's nowhere near it this year, but he's still the man to watch in the Doncaster East forward line. Out of full-back, Harkness kicks it to himself, and he spears a pass to half-back beautifully to his ruckman in Deans, who gets onto his left boot and puts it down to the wing. On the lead is Olms. He's got a one-on-one effort close to the boundary line, but allows Doncaster East to get in onto it, and Lauva will go through the middle, hits up Batsanis. Batsanis quick to play on. Works it with his teammate in Lucas. They're mucking around with it, Doncaster East in the middle. So a turnover in shoes, and it's Harkness on the outer wing. Puts in a scrubber. So another turnover. What can Doncaster East do? They can't really find that next
Great
pass.
mark.
Good. Yeah, good one there by Lucas. 2 grabs on the reach. He shares it with his teammate in Batsanis. Batsanis puts it long and direct. The numbers are with Wantirna South. They're mucking around, and here comes Limback to tackle. 30 metres out from Doncaster East goal. A lot of pressure on the defence, and they're scrambling, and finally the umpire gives some relief to the Devils, and they'll get a free kick for holding the man off the ball.
Intensity's up at the moment, boys.
And Burkett will take the relieving free kick.
Very much so.
So Burkett in the back pocket. He's got Waller if he wants to use him. Instead he elects to go out Across the half-back line now for Doncaster East. Stephen comes in, tried to break the strong tackle. Umpire's not going to ping anyone for that one, and well, actually, he's paid one after the fact. A free kick will go to Deans. So a little bit of holding. So the men in white are making sure that they're the bosses today. Duran creating the spoil out there. Jackie Martin comes in.
Boys, there's already been 3 or 4 times that Wantirna South have tried to work the ball out of that far wing, and Doncaster East is setting up really well. They have not been able to hit a target, so it's a good start for the Lions.
Knockdown comes. Walker on hands and knees did really well to get the ball and get up and get boot to ball. Also kicks up towards the half forward line. Tennant, the skipper for Doncaster East, was the third man up. Got a good fist on the football and sees it over the boundary line and out of bounds.
One thing I've liked about Doncaster East 5 minutes is the intensity that they've brought to the game. They're not giving Wantirna South any free movement at the moment.
So the umpire to bring it in, it'll be Stephen going up against Olms. Had the front spot, he got the knockdown. He'll go after it again. The big man did quite well. Stephen, though, for Doncaster East, picked it up. He also did very well, slammed it on his boot, but unfortunately for Doncaster East, it goes out of bounds on the full. True centre wing position. Doncaster East lead by 1.5 minutes into the first term.
And it's in the hands of Walker, who just waddles his way over to get the ball, and he's got a lot in front of him now as the defence sets up, but that's a great pass on the lead and beautifully played to Edgecombe. So from half forward, looking inboard, nice hit up nearly, and Doncaster East to relieve that the ball comes to the ground without a spoil, and they're able to clear the defence, going down to the wing through Tendler. The race is on, it's a 2-on-2 battle. Wing side here at Tormore. Doncaster East's first onto a tackle to the ground was Scantleton. I'm going to trip over that many times today. So many syllables in Scantleton.
Really good tackle there from Sean Rung. Young just brought both hands out of the contest and dropping the football. Kick goes up towards the half-forward line. Shane Tennant went up, nearly contender for the A1 Airport mark of the day as Hutchinson goes forward now. Duran was in there. He got quickly wrapped up in a strong tackle. It's deep in the Wantirna South forward line now, only about 30 metres out from their goal line. And a chance for the Devils to get a score on the board. So Holmes did it pretty easy in the end. It'll be Martin who will be the first player to meet the football. Got the handball away over to Tendler, one of Brash's favourites. Snaps around the body. That was good play. And now they'll get the chance, the Lions, to go through the middle of the ground. The target was going to be Padgett there. Got one handle on it, but nicely done there from Deans.
He started well, Deans, in the midfield.
Copped one on the shoulder. He's had a few touches early, doing really well. Kicks it in. Lee was looking for Papa that time. Over the top of his head it goes. Gets another chance at it. Papa broke the tackle well on the left boot. Kicks it to the top of the goal square, but Coghill was back at the last line of defence. He took the mark. Got the handball away to Stephen. On the right boot, hugged the boundary line very closely where Tendler takes the mark.
And he licks inboard, does Tendler, and he finds his teammate there. So they're working it nicely out of defence at Donny East. It was Stephen who had it, puts it in the middle of the ground. This is a bit of risk and reward as Batsana's got taken down in a tackle, and Wantirna South hold them up. Just they were hoping to go through the middle there, the Lions, but they went to a contest, brought down to ground level. It's going to be a ball up 10 metres forward of the centre circle here at Tormore Reserve in Boronia. Finals football. Wantirna South yet to get on the scoreboard. They only trail by a point. 7 minutes gone. Donny East working the hand passes in the middle. Ball finally bounces up. Hand pass from Martin onto Batsanis. Now big opportunity. Runs inside 50. Pierces the arc. Limback running with the fly to the ball. Gets back to the goal line. It was going to trail off for a miss. And Limback finally takes it on the chest as he was the best to judge it.
Fantastic run through the midfield, and that's the best way Doncaster East are going to be able to go inside 50 if they can get the space and then be able to find their kicks. Connor Lucas has started brilliantly for the Lions. They've shown faith in him today, and it was brilliant work to get that clearance.
Will he go the banana or run out on the left, Josh?
I think he's going to go the banana.
He's just getting all the elements together. He's throwing the grass up to see what the wind's like. He's going to do the banana. He's got the ball held in that manner with the right boot. He puts it across the goal face and he misses everything. So Limback can't add to his 55 goals for the year. So that's a bit of a let-off. Limback's such a sharp shooter, but it was the most acute angle you can have here.
So deep in the back pocket now. Wantirna South looking to get... Oh, strong mark from Tennant over the back. Well, he nearly got a contender before. This time we'll give it to him. The A1 Airport mark of the day so far. Switches it into Lucas. He's had a lot of touches. Gets it away to Pete Sousby on the right boot. Goes forward looking for Agnew. Was in the front spot. Knocked away from him. Now the Devils have a little bit of a chance and a bit of a runaway. This time through Chrome on the right boot up towards the wing position. Which way's this guy? A strong mark from Hutchinson. He's a great player and took it in the tough contest against Tennant. So he goes back now, but pretty close to the man on the mark. He sends it up towards the half-forward line, going straight through the arms of Taylor Leggett. Martin was there to get the spills. Got the little handball away, but it was stolen by Walker. He got crunched in a tackle by Tennant, but he got the kick away just in the nick of time. Up towards the half-forward line, they're looping handballs over the top. Leggett will go after it again. It's close to the boundary line. Once again, Martin's after it. He was pretty happy with the safety of the boundary line in that instance, and over it goes.
Josh, one can't help but feel that the intensity has just gone up another notch in the last 3 to 4 minutes.
Both big tackling teams, that's for sure.
1 point plays and nothing. Doncaster East have the lead. It's in the forward line for Wantirna South as Hutchison gets a little trickle on his boot, and it's about 40 metres out from the Wantirna South goal line. And
with a few smaller bodies in Doncaster East defence, they're going to have to really rely on their tackling, especially if the ball comes to ground. That's where they need to win it.
So the umpire to bring the ball back in now. Holmes did well with the use of the body. Little handball from Cerevolo was chopped off by Papa. Swings around on the left boot, but pushed it to the left-hand side. Scores a level out here. 10 minutes gone in the first semi-final. Division 2, Wantirna South and Doncaster East, both with a minor score apiece.
Had a bit more time than I think he realised, Papa, there.
Maybe not enough talking there, gentlemen.
I suppose when you get the intercept, you're sort of not aware of where anyone else is. You're just thankful to grasp the ball sometimes.
Especially with how hot this football is, there's not a lot of space out there. So I think both teams looking to get on their boot if they can as quick as possible.
It doesn't seem like this game is bedded down yet. It's a hot footy. And finally, Wantirna South get their first score on the board 10 minutes in. That's a scrubber. Didn't touch, go off the boot of Martin. Kick. And it's thankfully for him, he got some sort of touch on it.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. The boundary beat him, and it's going to be a Wantirna South play, and they get it inside, and a mark inboard has been marked by Leggett. So he's going to kick from about 30 metres out on about a 30-degree. Well, actually, sorry, that's Klingon.
It was nearly in slow motion that he picked that ball up and brought it in, so not good enough from the Doncaster East defence to man up there.
No, they just didn't. They were caught napping there.
It was a really poor kick from Batsanis with a kick out. You would not expect that from a leader like himself.
Well, I think they were all a bit dejected by the kick itself. They were head in hands as Klingon looks to get the first goal of this final on the board. It's just been tugged to the left, and the goal umpire signals one behind. The Devils are 2 points. They lead the Lions by 1.
One can't help but feel that was a bit of a let-off there for Doncaster East, because that was pretty much a goal there if he had kicked it straight.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed with that one, Brash, no doubt. Wantirna South, Tendler played it to himself. It was really no advantage there, but send it out wide. A big fly over the top there from Mill. At ground level, the Devils have the spills. Inside forward 50 they go. Over the back, looking out there for Leggett. There might have been a push paid here for Wantirna South.
It was a bit too obvious. It was a body push as well.
So a free kick to the Devils about 25 metres out from goal, and it'll be Brent Walker, who you could almost just write this one down in your Eastern footballer.
Don't you reckon, guys, he was about to get underneath the ball himself anyway? He just didn't need that helping hand?
Yeah, a bit indisciplined stuff, but you know, I think it was there, and I had to put something. I had a bit of pressure on it at least.
Well, he's an experienced player. He comes in now for the first major of the afternoon, Walker, and he sends it straight over the goal umpire's head. Fantastic bit of play there from Wantirna South to keep the ball inside that forward 50 for them for the last couple of minutes. They had been peppering. They'd kicked a couple of behinds and now rewarded with the goal and open up a handy 7-point lead, 12 and a half minutes gone into the first term.
Brash, they really set up that defensive zone so well. That's one of the best things that Matty Clark really works on with the boys. It was a perfect couple of examples. Doncaster East just couldn't find anything with the kick out.
No, and that's one of the things that Doncaster East are going to have to be very mindful of, in fact, all afternoon, Josh. Otherwise, they're going to get burnt pretty quickly.
Ball back in the middle, 8 plays 1. It's been a ferocious start to the game at ground level. Agnew got tackled as soon as he got the ruck. Leggett just dashes out of the middle of Tormore Reserve, puts it into the forward 50. Didn't advantage forwards, but it's come to ground into the pocket. First onto it will be Hutchinson, maybe.
Oh,
no,
that's deliberate.
Tennant just went straight to the line, and he's been accused of deliberate, and man on the spot is Hutchinson.
Needed a little bit more torque then.
Yeah, there was no subtlety in that one by Shane Tennant.
Well, he didn't think he probably was going to be first there, so he dived at it and punched it directly out. Hutchinson goes and kicks it onto the man of the mark. Tennant makes up for his earlier mistake. Hutchinson rebounds quickly, gets the ball onto the boot. Big contest for it, about 30 metres out. No clear possession one. Still an opportunity through Walker. He quickly just handballs the hot one and gets it on. Tendler's doing some work in tight. Now Leggett grabs it from the pocket, misses to the right. It was a hot ball, it was spilling about. No one knew what to do. Finally, Leggett put it on the boot, and he misses to the right for a minor score. We now are 9 playing 1 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, 14 minutes in.
Great pressure from the Wantirna South forwards in the last 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, you know, it's one of the things that's going to win you a game of final. You know, tackling's all about intensity and desire, and this is where one of the key performance indicators that can win you a game of football.
Well, Tendler goes to Tennant, who takes the mark just inside the defensive arc.
Dangerous.
A floating kick into the middle of the ground. That was okay. He was looking for Stephen. Gave a little bit of a fend off. Handball out wide. That was okay. Gets it on now to Saravolo. On the right boot up towards the half forward line. That was a good kick. Shalaka's got the handball away. And now Agu arched the back and he kicks it towards the Dogger direction. Over the top of his head it goes. Lee was there also, but over she goes for a boundary throw-in. So it was a good bit of play from end to end for Doncaster East, but still not hitting those targets inside the forward 50, Josh.
Yeah, perfect example of the main thing that Doncaster East have really struggled to accomplish over the last month of football, hitting their targets, and that'll be frustrating stuff for Limback going over his head.
To bring the ball back in, it'll be Gleeson who gets the knockdown against Tennant that time. Nicely done by Shalakas. Just got the handball away in the nick of time. Saravolo's in there. Quickly met upon, and we'll have a bounce. It's 25 metres out from the Doncaster East goals.
Now, boys, they've got Tennant and Padgett sitting at the back of this contest. Must be manned up.
Oh, over the top. This could work out okay there for Doncaster East. Top of the goal square. Dogger could he get it boot to ball? He couldn't.
Yes,
or maybe he did. He got a toe poke on it.
They didn't rush it.
So it's gone through for a goal. Dean Limback has his first of the afternoon, and the margin is back to 2 points, I should say, out here at Baronia, and they'll take that gift, Doncaster East, won't they?
Well, the drop ball, the great roving effort by Donny East was just dropped and spilt into the goal square, and Wantirna South had the players to rush it, but they never pushed it through, and last man standing was Limback on the line to toe poke it through.
That's what you'll get from guys like Locke and Shalakas at the ground level. They definitely won't give up on the ball any time quickly.
So a bit of fortune there for Doncaster East, but they'll take it, and the scoreboard is now 7 versus 9. As we'll go to boundary in a second. Back in the middle, rucks go at it, and it's straight back down to ground. Tackles fly in. It's going to be another ball up.
Let's cross down boundary side, thanks to chiropractic betting.
There's still nothing in this game, boys, but Matt Clark would be furious at that last piece of play. As you say, there just wasn't enough desperation from the defenders. They should have rushed that ball through, but you take your opportunities, and that's exactly what Wantirna South did. Doncaster East did, should I say.
So Deans gets a quick kick.
Oh,
nice mark. Well, and almost arms. He had enough on it, but he just dropped it as the whistle was about to go to the mouth. So it's a fight for the ball at centre forward. Wantirna South have a flying shot in the goal square. Pushed over.
It's gone
and
through.
It bounced through anyway. Badome got pushed over, but the ball went over both him and the defender's head for a goal. And it's Klingon who gets a goal on the board. And the second for Wantirna South. The quick reply. They move on to 2-3-15. An 8-point lead over Doncaster East to a 1-1-7. 17 minutes in this first semi-final.
I like what the rotation they've been doing. Taylor Leggett, he started down forward. He played the last couple of minutes in the midfield. And just that contest, he ran forward and there was a bit of confusion, brought a few blokes in behind. And all of a sudden, Wantirna South had those numbers out the back. Klingon was one of them. And as you said, lucky bounce, but just smart football. Good awareness by the Wantirna South midfielders.
So back in the middle here, going up easily that time. Dean's got the easy knockout. Comes out, here's Teakle. Notch that down to a clearance to him up towards the half-forward line. It comes out towards Hutchison. Had a little bit of time then, so he'll kick it towards the Badome direction. He was there, beautifully
spoiled second grab.
Beautifully done by Coghill.
25 as well.
On the second attempt, got the fist on it, then pulled down the mark. Did Elf, and he takes the mark and rewarded with a 25-metre penalty. So gets them out of that danger zone, really. Just trying to weigh up his options on the right boot. Happy just to get the purchase on the football into the middle. He was looking for Pavic and Stantonau. He wasn't up to the contest that time. It didn't work favourably for him. Teakle snaps around the body now. It's back inside forward 50. Rami Ayobi got the handball away to Sousby. They've linked up well. Here's Lukey McLeod on the left boot. Kicks it out towards the wing position where a bouncing football is out there. And Wantirna South did have the numbers in the end. So they go forward through Gerloff up towards the half forward line, and the kick wasn't fantastic, but it still gained a valuable 30 metres, and the big man Olm sees it over the boundary line and out of bounds.
Josh, even though Locke was outnumbered, you just liked him to maybe hold it in with 3 guys surrounding him. He was on his own.
Pretty tough for a guy his size to try and wrestle out 3 defenders.
Just had to stay in his feet a little bit more in the contest.
So the umpire throws it in. Lucas got it away to Stephen for Doncaster East up towards the wing position. Agnew had the front spot and the good Dukes to take the mark. He wants to switch it into the middle of the ground. Needs to hit the target. A big fly in the middle. Lucas was at ground level. Wantirna South did exceptionally well there as the ball goes up now towards the half forward line. It's going in. Tennant had a big fly. Papa was at the fall of the ball. Paddles it to himself. Traps it eventually. Got the handball out wide. He might trap it in the end also. He goes after it again, a third effort. That's Pancake Parlour player, the day type styles, goes towards the dome direction. Nicely done there by Coghill to force the spoil over the boundary line and out of bounds, right forward pocket.
We've seen some great attempts at flying marks. I mean, Shane Tennis done it a couple of times. Stephen Scott, just before it's centre half back, it's flies everywhere.
Cross down boundary side, thanks to chiropractic betting to Brett Beston.
Not exactly hurricane with it down here, but the wind just has got up a wee bit. If anything, it's coming across the ground, probably slightly favouring the Devils at this first quarter, but just a little bit, it's gusting in and out, but just a little bit stronger than it was at the start of the game.
Lucas got the hand pass from the teammate, but his kick got smothered, so it's a big opportunity for Gerloff, but he's run into a maul of players, and Iobi done a great tackle that stuck. It's 40 metres out from the Devils' goals as they look to put on another goal before quarter time. We've ticked into time on. Rucks go at it. Big pack of play around the ball. Gerloff from the close to the line puts it in back into the hot spot where Tennant leads the race, but he dropped it, but thankfully to a teammate just to pick it up. Now the hurried hand pass to the opposite back pocket. Tendler kept it in front of himself, but they're under a heap of pressure. Doncaster East are in their own defence. They've got the numbers on the outer side to pick it up. Get it in board. Nice pass. Finishes up in the hands of Scantleton. Puts another short pass. It's a turnover. It was a bit too fierce. Harkness did well. Gets out of the tackle. Puts it longer direct where it's all Doncaster. They spoil each other. And it's going to be an open goal for the Devils. Picked up by Hutchinson. Tennant didn't know it was his own teammate that he spoiled. And there was no green and white in the vicinity until the ball came to the ground in the goal square where Harkness fell over in delight. Picked himself up and kicked the third goal on the board. Wantirna South skip out to a 14-point lead. Comedy Capers 3-3-21. Doncaster East at 1-1-7.
I can say from personal experience, that's the risk you run when you're playing a Shane Tennant backline at Doncaster East. He can come in flying from anywhere, just really poor spatial awareness, and Nathan Mill just got that one. Really poor stuff, and not easy goal to concede.
And it's one you just wouldn't want to send the runner out for, Josh. That I think the players know themselves they've made the mistake. They don't need to be told what they did wrong there.
So Stephen got the knockdown. They're going forward here on the right boot here. They Batsanis to Limback, who takes it on the third bite. Well, they came spearing out of the middle there, Doncaster East. They went direct, and Limback coming out in front takes a strong mark. And, well, they need redemption there for that last mistake down in their back line, and Limback will have a shot for his second.
Fantastic response, and it was Batsanis again, steaming for the middle, teamed up with Mika Stephen. He's had a pretty quiet month to his standards, Batsanis, but he started well today. A couple important inside 50s, chance for Limback's second.
Well, he does enjoy playing on this ground, and he loves a goal also. He's already kicked one. He's set sail for goal, and he's pushed it to the left-hand side. You need your full forwards to kick those ones with inside the arc, but Doncaster East now move to 1-2-8, 13 points behind Wantirna South, who are 22 and who are also leading this game 3-21. So, Doncaster East legend just giving us the old high five is Brucey Budge.
So Limback from 3 shots a goal has got 1-1. Harkness brings it in for Wantirna South. He beautifully finds a path out of defence on the outer side. Wantirna South will load up to half forward. The Flyers go at it. No clear mark one and at a ground level. It's the Lions who pick up the ball through Laufer, gets it to Tennant, who just sweeps a hand pass over to his teammate there in Martin. Martin in the long sleeves, they're mucking around, turnover and shoes, and it allows Leggett to get the ball to half forward. Holmes is going to run onto it and into an open goal from 40. He puts it on the left quickly and sharply. That is a turnover goal again to Wantirna South. 4-3, 27, a 19-point lead over Doncaster East, 1-8. And geez, they're killing them on the turnovers, the Devils.
Oh, that was really poor there, Josh. Just when Doncaster East looked like they were going to go into their forward 50, an errant handball there by Jack Martin, basically spotted out that Wantirna South player, and then once they got the run on, they had all the numbers running into the forward line.
Classic 12-point play. Missed the goal from straight in front, and
that's
then
terrible.
Goes around and goal for Wantirna South.
Got to make the most of your opportunities in finals footy, and Wantirna South are certainly showing that they're doing that. We'll give that knockdown to Padgett that time, but straight into the arms there of Crome. Little look away handball, the big man Padgett for Doncaster East goes after it again. He's wrapped up and will restart it right in the middle here of Boronia. Tormore Reserve out here today, first semi-final. Good start here from the Devils. If anything, they had the slightest of breezes. Short pass from Gerloff, that was okay. Spotted up his teammate in Brad Hutchison. They're already kicked a goal and getting around the football. They're going direct. The confidence is high towards Badome. Over the top of his head, the big man Holmes. Oh, he did magnificently. He got boot to ball and he just pushed it to the right-hand side. Holy dooly, that would have been one sort of a goal, but through for a minor score it goes. Bendigo Bank scoreboard, 24 and a half minutes gone. Here it's a 20-point lead to Wantirna South.
He's starting to create a real headache down at centre half forward, Josh. I don't know what Steve Buckle's going to have to do with him.
Yeah, there's a real concern. He's very quick moving for a tall bloke.
Tendler kicks it to himself. Now he runs to the forecast side, puts it to half-back outside his defensive area. Nice roving, and here they're off and going. Batsanis puts it onto the boot. Flying at it but not marking it was Locke. Brings it to ground level where it's a fight for the ball and it's been trapped on the wing. And both sides will be happy with that.
Fantastic work, Saravala there.
That
was
really
brilliant.
was.
So the Rucks go at it again, and it's Wantirna South who might be able to clear the congestion, but not so far. Quick kick out of the pack. Doesn't go too far, but working nicely with Edgecombe. Sweeps a hand pass out to Gerloff, who gets it inside 50. Oh, that's an easy chest mark in the end. As the leading option come out, there was no defender in sight, and it was to a hot spot about 35, 40 metres out. Baker, uncontested, took a nice mark leading into it. So from about 40 metres on not much of an angle, he'll kick to the Boronia Road end and try to add Wantirna South's fifth goal as we tick over 26-minute mark. Baker, right side, keeps out, misses on the right for a minor score. It's 4-5-29, a 21-point lead for Wantirna South on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
They're just keeping it in it, you feel. There's been a few misses this quarter. They could easily be 6 or 7 goals up, the Devils, and a few set shots just definitely keeping the Lions in it. They must get a goal here before quarter time.
So, as he's done so far for the 5 kick-ins, Tendler plays it to himself. He wants that extra bit of meterage there, kicks it out towards the defensive zone. Doncaster is squaring things up. He's Sousby who takes it across that arc and kicks it into the middle of the ground, looking for Pavic and Stanton now. He has to stand strong. Ball was spoiled away from him. He'll go after it again. The Devils have the numbers. Here's Harkness looping handball over the top. This might work out okay. Leggett was in there, forced to spoil in the end. Stephen came in, got the handball to Lucas. He's had an all right first turn for Doncaster. He's got the handball away. Sousby came in, handball away that was intercepted nicely there from Cook, who got it away. And now Scott on the left boot, inside forward 50, looking for Badome, but nicely done there by Coghill. Short passes on. It was almost a lazy sort of kick, but it ended up okay because Stevens' handball went out wide to Coghill, who has a bit of space up towards the wing position now, and he slammed it straight down the throat of Jack Burkett, who takes it for the Devils. Squeezes the pass. This is okay. Walker, he doesn't waste any time. He never walks. He runs straight down the middle of the ground. And now Wantirna South, they're going coast to coast here, and an easy mark inside 50 has been taken there by Papa in front of Shane Tennant, and he'll have a shot on goal. Sorry, it's Hutchinson, I should have said, and he'll have a shot from about 50 metres out, and he's seen a few teammates have a ping from here, so I might have worked out what needs to be done here. I don't think the Breeze is having too much of a play as he comes in now. Hutchison, he's already kicked 1 goal. He's set sail. You can see the Wantirna South cheer squad not go up with that one, so he's kicked a minor score, 4-6-30, Wantirna South, 10 scoring shots to 3 early in this first term as the short pass comes out and Luke McLeod takes it in the pocket.
So McLeod's got it in back pocket with dump a kick as long as possible outside his defensive 50. Tennant had 2 grabs at it, his one arm was held, and Doncaster East can't get out of the next tackle through Salisbury's been taken to ground. And I reckon there might be a slight left to right when kicking to that goals at Baroni Road end.
It's seeming here, yeah.
Just missing to the right a couple of times now has Wantirna South, as they've got a good lead though. And now finally Martin's on the run on the wing, kicks it to half forward, one-on-one duel, good punch comes in by Young, and he gets it to the boundary line and out of bounds as we are just about a quarter time. You can hear the applause from the Devils faithful, they're loving it. They're 22 points ahead as quarter time approaches. Have the Lions got one more attempted goal? They'll desperately need it.
They'll just want to be wanting to hold it at this end of the ground, if anything.
Rucks go at it, Gleeson tapped it down, but the Lions shark it. But in defence, holding up nicely was Walker, or Waller, and now worked it through Crome. Crome gets it out wide to the wing where Burkett was there to mark it uncontested, gets it to Gleeson. Gleeson inboard, goes out wider still, gets it to Teagle on the run. On the bounce, Badome grabs it, just couldn't get his hand pass out to the runner as he got tackled from behind. And Badome jumped back onto the ball and the umpire says, give it to me. 30 metres out from Wantirna South's goal. Just imagine.
What a fantastic bit of play there it was from Dean Coghill. The spoil, the second attempt, the third attempt. Pancake Parlour Player of the Day contender early in this first term.
Another shot at goal off the ground, and as the siren blows, Wantirna South had one more score. It was a minor one. 4-7-31. It's a 23-point lead at quarter time. Doncaster East a 1-2-8. That is the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Hope you're enjoying the broadcast on 98.1 Radio Eastern today out at Tormore Reserve, Baroni, a first semi-final. Wantirna South, Doncaster East. There's plenty of great games as you go local for your football this afternoon. Keep us updated via Twitter at FootyEFL. We'll go back to the studio for some important messages and then be back with the second term right after this.